that was a planned event for a general election campaign launch. So they were made in kind of May, a big plan in case there was this May election, and then it really did look after the locals. The whole talk about the summer elections, the Prime Minister wasn't happy because the party would try to oust him if the results were so bad. When it was clear that there would not be a day of reckoning from the parliamentary party for Rishi Sunak after the local elections, then really I think the mindset of Westminster did move back to autumn, because the jeopardy of the local elections and what could happen, that fell away. And then, as you were saying, the Prime Minister was then on the trip to Poland, Berlin, to announce defence funding. So he really looked at the Prime Minister and was very into the job, wanted to make a difference, felt he could make a difference when it came to relations with allies and material difference to Ukraine and their battle and war with Russia. And so it also looked to me like, oh no, this guy wants to quite long. Yes, I might be the Prime Minister, but he's decided to go, and it might be the momentum of the change and the economy's turning the corner.
When we got the other Friday, I was still really ill, so I couldn't really commit.
He thinks, well, I could do it now, I could do it in autumn, but I've got more variables in autumn that will make it hard.
If you're listening, like, what's that really annoying? As is quite regular in Downing Street, there is a group of protesters at the gates of Downing Street making fairly conservative party very
statement over there.
2 hours. Saying that it's affecting influence and
yes. You're going to do my line. Yeah, go on. Okay. Go on, I'll see if no, I don't know. I haven't found it on my phone.
So if the last time that there was a July election, it was just
Yes. Yes.
I bet you were like,
I'm like I didn't know it until someone sent it to me. The last UK general election was held on July the 5th. On July the 5th in 1945, when Attlee won with a majority of 147, the swing was 12 points. So there you go.
Expand the numbers.
Yeah, all May.
Yeah, all May. Then it feels like perhaps it's got that, as I was saying, you know, the time of things coming together.
More topics.
this was just a bylaw and a press up. Statement, yeah, that's what they're doing. There's no blanket list, they're just
I think we can do that and then launch an election back to give away.
Yeah, look, you're absolutely right. There's a couple of things that will be going on.
Read it out in there.
The headroom is racing. They're going to play with in terms of tax giveaways.
They can leave that to the very last minute.
I miss all the conspiracy.
Somebody thinks they're going to be sitting in the back room just doing it on the microphone.
Yeah. Very like Orwellian. They've actually got something to do with project onto the house.
We're not leaving. And then that has had a knock-on effect, as you were saying, the Bank of England might not cut interest rates. So these were two elements that they economically were looking at in terms of
You're the priority.
So look, I guess what we are discussing here is to lay down the principles where you can weigh it up.
If you're getting grief from these charts, I'll tell them to listen to you, not to them on this side.
This is a campaign.
Where you think we're
It's lighter.
in an ideal world?
Outside number
Just
11.
that side of the camera, not past the train to the Michael train.
Yeah.
Is there a little white speck?
But in all seriousness, like it's a
Like, it's 12 o'clock for me. It's like a line.
Oh, yeah.
Not a speck to the right of that. That one there. I think that might be
And that lines up with the metal carpet holding.
Once it's out, I think I need to come out.
Right, here we go.
Guys, this way.
Now this one.
Full camera. Wait.
Full camera
Full
here.
camera here.
To be influenced.
No, wait. Bit more to the left.
This is how
That's good.
Bit more. A little bit more. You need it more. You're alright. No. Bit more.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good. So I'll get 10 over his shoulder. Here, mate. Can you stand at the lectern? Very good, no. Sorry, I need to get this as really tight.
If we're needed, Rishi Sunak is particularly
That's perfect because then 10 is in the frame.
It's down 20 points. Yeah, and I'm just actually informing the cabinet just messaged me to say, because we were talking earlier, they say I did tell you that I was enjoying life as the Prime Minister. So that was wrong. Prime Minister, he also said something that was pure malice to be reflection now, so what might you say about elections? So we could play election bingo. So I think we're going to have to before Rwanda. I said I'd stop those and get the flights away, finish the job, days are getting brighter, security, safer under the Conservative government, and I'm sure there might be a bit of untrustworthiness.
Can you just stand at the lectern?
A tap line that the Conservative Party I am sure that he will reference.
Welcome and good afternoon. It's DO's over there. 1, 2, 3. You happy with that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You happy with that? Good stuff. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. You guys happy with that? Yeah? All right, cool.
In the last 5 years, our country has fought through the most challenging times since the Second World War. As I stand here as your Prime Minister, I can't help but reflect that my first proper introduction to you was just over 4 years ago. I stood behind one of the podiums, upstairs in the building behind me. I told you that we faced a generation-defining moment and that we as a society would not be judged by some government action, but by the small acts of kindness that we showed one another. You met that challenge, and then some, and I have never been prouder to be British. And when I introduced the furlough scheme, I did so not because I saw a country simply in need of desperate help, albeit we were, but because I saw a country whose future hung in the balance. I could be bold and trust in the tens of millions of you at home that you would rise to the moment, or I could accept the inevitable millions of job losses and pick up the pieces. In truth, it was no choice at all. I have never and will never leave the people of this country to face the darkest of days alone, and you know that because you've seen it. As I did then, I will forever do everything in my power to provide you with the strongest possible protection I can. That is my promise to you. Because for so many of us, it's easy to forget the scale of what we've been through. We were hit by a pandemic that upended normal life. Who would have thought that the government would ever tell us how many times a day we could leave our homes? Then, just as we were recovering from COVID, war returned to Europe, with Putin's invasion of Ukraine sending your energy bills spiraling. I came to office, above all, to restore economic stability. Economic stability is the bedrock of any future success, whether that is rising wages and good jobs, investment in our public services, or the defence of the country. And because of our collective sacrifice and your hard work, we have reached 2 major milestones in delivering that stability, showing that when we work together, anything is possible. Our economy is now growing faster than anyone predicted, outpacing Germany, France, and the United States. And this morning it was confirmed that inflation is back to normal. This means that the pressure on prices will ease and mortgage rates will come down. This is proof that the plan and priorities I set out are working. I recognise that it has not always been easy. Some of you will only just be starting to feel the benefits, and for some, it might still be hard when you look at your bank balance. But this hard-earned economic stability was only ever meant to be the beginning. The question now is how, and who do you trust to turn that foundation into a secure future for you, your family, and our country? Now is the moment for Britain to choose its future, to decide whether we want to build on the progress we have made or risk going back to square one with no plan and no certainty. Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament. The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on the 4th of July. This election will take place at a time when the world is more dangerous than it has been since the end of the Cold War. Putin's Russia is waging a brutal war in Ukraine and will not stop there if he succeeds. That war has also made it all too clear the risk to our energy security. In the Middle East, the forces of Islamist extremism threaten regional and ultimately global stability. These tensions are exploited by extremists who seek to undermine our values and divide our society here at home. China is looking to dominate the 21st century by stealing a lead in technology. And migration is being weaponized by hostile states to threaten the integrity of our borders. These uncertain times call for a clear plan and bold action to chart a course to a secure future. You must choose in this election who has that plan, who is prepared to take the bold action necessary to secure a better future for our country and our children. Now, I cannot and will not claim that we have got everything right. No government should. But I am proud of what we have achieved together, the bold actions we have taken, and I'm confident about what we can do in the future. We've tackled inflation, controlled debt, cut workers' taxes, and increased the state pension by £900. We've reduced taxes on investment and seized the opportunities of Brexit to make this the best country in the world to grow a business. Put record amounts of funding into our NHS and ensured it is now training the doctors and nurses it needs in the decades to come. We've reformed education, and our children are now the best readers in the Western world. We prioritised energy security and your family finances over environmental dogma in our approach to net zero. We fully funded an increase in defence spending to 2.5% of GDP. We made a decision to invest more in local transport that you actually use, rather than endlessly plough more money into HS2. We set out a comprehensive plan to reform our welfare system, to make it fair for those who pay for it as well as those who need it. Immigration is finally coming down, and we are stopping the boats with our Rwanda partnership. And we will ensure that the next generation grows up smoke-free. I hope that my work since I became Prime Minister shows that we have a plan and are prepared to take bold action necessary for our country to flourish. Now, I've stuck with that plan and always been honest with you about what is needed, even when that's been difficult. Because I'm guided by doing what is right for our country, not what is easy. I can't say the same thing for the Labour Party, because I don't know what they offer. And in truth, I don't think you know either. And that's because they have no plan. There is no bold action. And as a result, the future can only be uncertain with them. On the 5th of July, either Keir Starmer or I will be Prime Minister. He has shown time and time again that he will take the easy way out and do anything to get power. If he was happy to abandon all the promises he made to become Labour leader once he got the job, how can you know that he won't do exactly the same thing if he were to become Prime Minister? If you don't have the conviction to stick to anything you say, if you don't have the courage to tell people what you want to do, and if you don't have a plan, how can you possibly be trusted to lead our country, especially at this most uncertain of times? Over the next few weeks, I will fight for every vote. I will earn your trust, and I will prove to you that only a Conservative government led by me will not put our hard-earned economic stability at risk, can restore pride and confidence in our country, and with a clear plan and bold action, will deliver a secure future for you, your family, and our United Kingdom.